Frame Wars: How People Shape Your Reality Without You Noticing. Episode 1. Your frame of reference is controlling you. Most people think they see the world as it is. But you don't. You see it through a frame of reference, a mental lens built from your past, your fears, and your identity. 1. Where your frame comes from. Your frame isn't chosen. It's inherited. It comes from patterns, memories, wounds, and the survival strategies you learned just to exist. You don't walk into conversations with a clean slate. You walk in with a psychological script. 2. Power is just frame versus frame. Every interaction is a collision between two frames. The stronger frame shapes the reality of the moment. The weaker frame adapts, explains, justifies, and tries to keep up. This is why dominance and submission happen silently, long before words even matter. 3. How frames control conversations. In conversations, power hides in small behaviors. Whoever handles silence better controls the emotional space. Whoever asks the questions guides the direction. Whoever controls the topic controls the frame. Whoever stays calm sets the emotional temperature. People don't follow dominance. They follow certainty. 4. Your frame decides your role. Humans rank each other in seconds. By posture, tone, presence, and perceived value. Your internal frame becomes your external role. A strong frame says, I define myself. A weak frame says, tell me who I am. Your frame is your power. You're not just living life. You're living psychology. And your frame of reference is shaping everything. Your relationships, your confidence, your power, and the way the world responds to you. Rebuild your frame, and you rebuild your reality. Episode 2. Frame Battles: How People Dominate Conversations Without Saying Much. Most people think conversations are just words. But every time you speak to someone, something deeper is happening. You are not just exchanging information. You're establishing who sets the tone, who leads, and whose reality becomes the dominant one. Today, we are breaking down the hidden power games that decide who wins the room, long before the first sentence is even finished. 1. Silence is a weapon. Silence is not empty. It's a test. When silence falls in conversation, here's what really happens. The dominant person stays relaxed. The submissive person becomes uncomfortable. And the first person to break that silence loses the frame. Silence creates tension. And whoever controls tension controls the moment. Most people rush to fill it with jokes, explanations, apologies, or over-talking. But powerful people don't rush. They hold silence like it's a throne. Why? Because silence forces you to reveal who you are. Your need to talk is your need to relieve anxiety. And anxiety is submission. Questions versus explanations. The next battle in frame control is simple. The one answering more questions holds less power. Questions guide the direction. They point the spotlight. They define what matters in the conversation. Explanations, on the other hand, expose weakness. They show you're trying to justify yourself, trying to be understood, trying to be accepted or validated. Powerful people speak with intention. They ask questions that make you open up, while revealing almost nothing about themselves. This is why interrogators ask questions, why CEOs ask questions, why leaders ask questions. It's not about information. It's about control. 3. Topic control equals reality control. In every conversation, there is a silent negotiation. Who decides what we are talking about? That person controls the frame. If someone throws you off, changes topics rapidly, or redirects conversations, they're asserting dominance. Examples: you confront someone, and they pivot to your tone. You ask a question, and they answer with a question. You want clarity, and they turn the topic into your behavior. Topic control is the highest level of conversational power because it shapes the narrative, it defines reality, it chooses focus, and it forces the other person to adjust. You win conversations not by speaking better, but by choosing what the conversation is about. 4. Body language. Mirroring versus mismatching. Your body reacts before your mind does. And frame battles are fought through posture, breathing, and micromovements. Mirroring means matching someone's posture, tone, or energy. It creates rapport. It says, "We are similar." But powerful people rarely mirror automatically. They mirror intentionally. To build trust, gain access, or lower defenses. Mismatching, however, breaks rapport. You lean back when they lean in. You slow down when they speed up. You stay still when they gesture wildly. This subtly tells them, "I'm not following you. You're following me." Mismatching elevates your frame and signals dominance without aggression. 5. Emotional temperature control. This is the most advanced frame battle. Whoever controls emotion controls the interaction. If you stay calm while the other person becomes emotional, you automatically become the anchor. You become the one the room or the conversation centers around. Think of the calm negotiator, the stoic leader, the composed partner, the unbothered friend, the person who doesn't react when others explode. Calmness is not passive. Calmness is pressure. It forces the emotional person to adjust to you, not the other way around. Emotional stability is one of the highest forms of dominance. You don't win conversations by talking louder, faster, or smarter. You win by controlling silence, asking instead of explaining, choosing the topic, using your body intentionally, and mastering emotional temperature. In the end, conversations aren't about words. They're about frames. And the strongest frame always shapes the reality of the moment.